And there we go. Okay. At least we got rid of the quest yesterday. The one that was like the laggy quest. So none of that today. Yeah, today don't have to worry about that at least. I'm not sure why that random quest that's like has nothing to do with the main story or anything. They voiced all of it. This boss. If I mess up and I don't have the other teammates actually like spawn in, this boss will actually, even on the super easy mode, will one-shot you. I hate mechanics like that. That's what like the first, like the second and the third boss, they both could do that. I'm not a fan of that. Okay, these are all the characters here. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, yeah, that worked out. Oh yeah, and a little news where I didn't really pick up on it, but there is a theory going out right now that or for Final Fantasy 14, the second job class, physical range, that it is that one bird kind of class where at least we know a bird or something like that is included in the job skill because there is a sound effect of the job where it has like a bird screeching and someone a clawing kind of sound. And I didn't know that on the I think day two, Solkin came along and which is the music or the sound design guy, he came along and kind of like showcased that part. So I didn't know that. But then now there's speculation that was it could be kind of like a fake out where it is something bird related, but maybe you summon different animals or something like that. I'm like, well, that's different. I could just, I have a feeling they probably like over tune it, like they do with every new class, is like super strong. Then they kind of like tone it down a bit. Like when Samurai first came out, Samurai just was so strong. Then it was Reaper. Then it was Pictomancer. Let me see. No, what was the one after that? Technically, even though Samurai was strong, I think burst damage wise, Red Mage was also pretty good. So I'm not sure which one was like considered the strongest. Maybe Red Mage because they had more versatility. That was Stormblood. Shadowbringers. What? What was? It was Gunbreaker and oof, yeah, Gunbreaker and Dancer. Dancer did not like have a crazy kind of DPS, so they might not do that this time with the whatever the new physical range DPS is. I think they're like scared of making a range DPS too strong, or else they'll think like, oh, then people just you have the distance plus it's like no, you have the distance plus a lot of damage, so they don't want to do that. Then we'll go over here. Yeah, unlike I think Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, the the ranged DPSs were like at one point they were considered like the strongest. Like if you had a team, I think the team you can only have 4 people. Yeah, if you have like 4, or for your NPC companions, it's good to have like all of them as ranged DPS. I think they only gave you at the start of it, they only had 2. Then later on, there's 3, I believe. But yeah, they were really good, and because their range is so wide, if you just like chuck them in a group and you just put it on full auto, all you need to do is make your character have like a bunch of like healing and defense things, and just have them hold on to block the whole time. Your characters will be smart enough to just auto kill everyone. I did that. I left my game going for like quite a few hours, and I just racked up so many points. Yeah, if I look at the time I put in the game, it's like I probably have a lot of hours. I think I actually fell asleep one time and just like when I woke up, oh yeah, I forgot it was still going. But I think certain stages you could only you could in full auto. It's like you ran out of, or it made, after so many runs, it like kind of like made you look like, okay, yeah, I should press something else to do it. The easier runs, of course, you could just do that forever. Okay. Got a lot of recipes unlocked. Okay, we'll try a few of these. Good. Good. Nice. Keep, actually, at this point, keep on going. Oh, okay. Damn. Did not expect that. Okay, this one's gonna be, oh no, I can't even do it. Okay, since I don't want to use those ones, I don't have enough for that. Damn, I don't have enough for any of them. Okay. Well, at least we have it all at 19 now. It goes up to 30. Man, damn. That won't be us anytime soon. Yeah, doing a little bit of Blue Protocol, a little bit earlier than usual. Well, like, not like 10-ish minutes earlier than usual. Yeah. Looking at like Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, I think a lot of other like gacha games, instead of being just straight gacha, kind of needs to move a little bit toward like just a regular console game. That's what Relink did. I think that helped broaden kind of like their player base, because some people who just like adamantly hate anything gacha related, and let's say you hate that, but you like the art of Grand Blue Fantasy, then you have the Relink game, which is all in all a pretty good game. Like, I liked it. I put a lot of hours into it. I even did like the was it the was it back when the game first came out, like the hard bosses there, where you have to have like other players join in. Then some people just like give up, and then once they give up, their characters goes into like full auto mode. But like, there's times where like we got strong enough for like, even if two people did that, we could still like, just with 2 characters DPS, you can still like be okay. I know I had to like fight the last boss, I think Bahamut or something. I know I had to fight that one quite a few times just because like I didn't get lucky. Because what the game does is for your final weapon, it is a small chance of giving you the final weapon, right? But depending on it actually doesn't depend on like who you have in your like who you have unlocked. So if you have I think I'm not sure how many characters you start off with, but let's say 10. If you only have 10 characters, right, when you beat Bahamut, you have out of the 10 characters, you have a chance of getting a drop of their final weapon. But unfortunately, like someone like me who unlocked the other like what 10 characters right now, has a drop rate of like the other ones included too. So then it kind of dilutes the pool. And I think I got my final weapon for my main character second to last. I mean, I was gonna get I think I have the weapons for all of the characters, but the fact that I got it the second to last, I'm like, oh yeah, I knew it. And there's like a lot of people online that were talking about that. We're like, oh yeah, when did you get your weapon? Some people got it like, oh yeah, the first time I killed Bahamut, I got it. Other people were like, yeah, I got every other weapon. And I got mine at the very end. I wasn't that bad. But it was funny where like I got the weapons for my NPC companions. I got it for them quicker. So I was able to fully equip them. So technically their DPS at one point was higher than even the main character I was actually controlling. Thought that was pretty funny. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like I do that even in like Enfield. Sometimes like for one of my teams, my support characters are better geared than my main character that I just physically use. It's just because I'm lazy. I haven't farmed the other little things to get fully upgrade their gear and weapons. I was like, yeah, I don't. As it is right now, I'm able to clear all the content without doing it. So that's the only reason why. Okay, there. There. Oh, nothing came through. Okay, this one, something came through. Slow device? I'll put that one over there. Come on, pick it up. Okay, no, I can't get the other one. But I don't want to risk it. I don't know why. Technically, yeah, I do have it unlocked. See, that time, all the things were still there. I think it's a time limit. I just don't know. I quite don't understand. It doesn't have a gauge. I think that would be better if it had a gauge on top where you know if it's going to disappear or not. Because it's like I had so many things on that I summoned. So it's not like you can only have 7 things out there, then it just rewrites it, I don't think. One of these days I need to actually figure out what is going on with that. I'm actually surprised that we're on season 3 and they didn't change the commissions. They did it for like season 2. I mean, technically season 0 and season 1 had the same, so maybe it's a 2-season change. And the next season is going to be, I think, the anniversary. I actually looked at the main YouTube website, the YouTube channel for Blue Protocol, and yeah, I don't think they do any lives, like a live stream of like developers talking about the game. I don't think they even do that. They do have videos up, but a lot of the videos, like even if you like open it up on Steam, it kind of like showcases a lot of those videos. Like, oh yeah, this is the new stuff coming up. So yeah. So that is generally what I do when I just open this up on Steam. Sometimes it tells me like, oh yeah, by the way, sad things. I think for season 3, I knew the Axe class was going to be included, even though, or prior to them showcasing it. So I'm trying to figure out like there was murmurs online of like what the class was going to be. I kind of didn't look at it. I was like, it's like where do you see that? Like on the, oh, oof, almost got too greedy. It must have been someone online, was one of the people who do leaks and stuff. Oh. Unfortunately, there is no leaks for Enfield. For that company, they will do a lot of litigation if you try to leak anything from that. I think there was recently, there was like a little bit of a leak. Well, I mean, I could say it because they already caught the people. Like they were doing a play test or something, and during that play, I think they had to write it or sign an NDA, but like they kind of leaked some of the like the stuff that's going to be coming in. Not even in the anniversary. It's probably something they play tested like 1 or 2 patches ahead, and the law came for them very hard. I was like, damn. So, justice is actually swift in China. Like they did not mess around with that kind of stuff. If they said that they're gonna come after you if you do some like stuff that they don't want, they mean it. Unlike, and speaking of the law, I did feel bad for. I think it was like some of the pirating websites. They had this one line or like a lineup of like 6 of them, and yeah, they were going to go to. I think they got like caught, and they're probably going to go to jail. But just like, ah man, like the website they had, right? It was a good website, and they updated it quite often. There was no like weird, like nothing really weird with it. Like not like a lot of like viruses and whatnot. So I'm like, I kind of felt bad for those guys. Those guys were like, no, they were heroes. They were true pirates. They were trying to go for the One Piece as well. But yeah, those guys, like, then what irritated me was when like Crunchyroll was kind of like, oh yeah, she like try to act high and mighty, like they were wrong. I was like, Crunchyroll, you guys were a pirating site a long time ago, and a lot of your translators, I was one of them, were doing that shit for free. So like now the fact that they're looking down on other people, I'm like, Crunchyroll, God, you stayed around long enough to become the true villain. Yeah, I think they definitely try to use like looking. I mean, I'm pretty sure anyone who watches dubbed anime and stuff, you could definitely tell people have been using AI for that. I mean, I've even seen people who used or try to use AI for translating in comics, and you definitely could tell because you're like, whoever wrote this isn't a damn human, which is actually true. But yeah, the way they write is like, it makes zero sense. Like, it's almost like whoever wrote this translation never actually spoke to a human. So it doesn't know kind of like the flow. I mean, even like people who are like, no, English is not their second or first language, they kind of know the cadence of how like people talk to each other. So like even like a long time ago with different shows and stuff, you could tell someone who's like English is not their first language as when they translate it. It's like what's in that sentence makes sense as in like, okay, you know, like you get the point of it. It's not like the flow maybe it's not of someone who's a native speaker. But like yeah, this new AI translation stuff, it's not it's like we went past that. Like it makes fucking zero sense. And I'm like, there's one comic that came out or manga came out. I was like, oh yeah, this is something new, right? I wrote like 2 chapters of it and the art isn't very nice. I'm like, I can't. So I definitely just had to like, was it just stop reading that series? I'm like, unless they get a new translator, I'm gonna just end it. At the same time, like it has been weird where like there's certain comics that come out that I'm like, okay, oh, I want to start reading it, and it kind of like fizzles out. Then it's restarted again, but with a different artist. So I'm reading it, I'm like, wait a minute, I've read this before. Or the worst one is like when it first comes out, the art is good, right? You're like, okay, art's pretty good. It fizzles out. Then when it comes back, the art is like shittier. So you're like, oh no, you restarted the series with a shittier artist? Like, oh, that sucks. And all I could hope at that point is like, I hope the artist gets like, like better at drawing. So as time goes on, like, maybe you just like, I don't think positively, like, hopefully the artist gets like, like, with more exposure and all that, gets more practice and just gets better. So then, eventually they could do a different series and maybe use where their art style is like more suited towards. Like some people cannot draw battle comics. On the opposite hand, you have someone who's like, or Gege from JJK. He could draw battle scenes. Like he's very good at it. Another one who I think is cursed because like I want this person to have a long running series is the guy who does Hell's Paradise. Person has very good art. It's just like they're kind of like cursed to like never really get a good series where they could just do art. Like they do the art for it, but like maybe the story kind of sucks, or like it's not like, well, their stuff gets canceled a lot. There was another artist that Boxall would definitely love, who loves to draw thick women, and that person's art as well. I think almost every series that person's done does not do well, which is very sad because their art is really cool. I'm not sure if the person has like is just the artist or if they are also author of this. It's like the one where it's like a Red Riding Hood kind of theme, and the Red Riding Hood character is a muscle mommy, and the main character is like the kid who he's just a kid, right? And he's like the apprentice of the Red Riding Hood character. Then he did another series. You could tell he used kind of like, he liked the character design, the main character, the kid design. He used that for another series that has like very Norse mythology kind of coded story. That one also didn't, like, they got canceled a few months, no, not a few months. That one ran a little bit longer. But yeah, that one also got canceled. So I think I know at least 3 or 4 of his series that got canceled. I mean, I can't say much because there's another series I love that is going to be getting an anime. Another trailer just dropped was Siren. That one got axed as well. But I think it was every year when someone's like, okay, what should we make into an anime and stuff like that, right? People always say Siren. And yeah, the Siren is Psyren. But yeah, that one's going to become an anime soon. Another trailer dropped. I thought it'll be this season. It'll be somewhere this year at least. But yeah, that one is a series that I've been talking about like off and on. Like if you probably look at like the Lethal Company videos or something like that, or even in some of the Blue Protocol ones, you'll hear me randomly talking about that one. I really like that series. You could tell the ending was rushed though. I'm not sure if they would just keep the ending or if the author would let the author like no fully make out his end or make a new ending. Ending wasn't bad or anything. I'll just say that. It was like the last like 4 chapters were like really rushed. But I think because it was rushed, there was a scene where like, I spoiled this part because no one's back to remember it by the time it happens. Is like when during the time of like Talk no Jutsu of Naruto, right? Because it was during the Naruto era. The main character was talking to the main bad guy, and the main bad guy is like, "Oh, you kind of saw my past. You saw all the bad things that was happening to me, and how I got screwed over and up and stuff like that." Pretty much like try to talk to him like, "Oh, so you understand how I feel and why I'm doing what I'm doing." At this point, the main character's like, since he's the bad guy's been, of course, killing people just en masse and all that stuff, right? They have a reason to like, they do have a sad backstory, but the main character's like, I'm not here to like, listen to your story or understand you, right? Like I don't give a shit of like what happened to you or whatever. Like I'm not here to understand you. I'm here to kill you, and that's it. And the main character does. I was like, oh. And I'm pretty sure everyone, as the series was going on, they're like, oh, okay, he's gonna understand. The guy's gonna talk to him and talk him out of it. But the funny thing is, the main bad guy did kind of like help the main characters in a way at the end, because he knew what he was doing was wrong. But I thought it was just really funny. The main character's like, yeah, I don't really give a shit like what your Saw backstory is or anything like that. I saw your story. I don't care. I'm gonna kill you. Like, oh, okay. That was to me back then, during the era of like everyone like wants to talk to the bad guy with like, oh, his backstory is really sad. That main character didn't. That's what kind of also like a little bit I like Yuji from UJK. He's kind of like that. Like he will beat the shit out of you, but he will at least attempt to try to save you. Not Mahito though. Mahito just deserved all the hate that he got. Yeah, there was no fixing Mahito. Today's commission, or not commission, but the dailies took a little bit longer than I thought. I was going to do some other stuff, but I was like, it's about time, so I'll just run around at least for now. But yeah, that's why I like Siren, that comic. That's going to become an anime, and I'm glad that people have been asking for that to be made into an anime for many years, even after the series ended. Every time there's like a poll, hey, what do you want to make into an anime? They keep on saying Siren. And eventually they finally gave in, and they said, ah, fuck it, okay, we'll make it. I was like, who would have thought, right? They'll get the anime industry to just be like, fuck it, we'll make the damn thing. You guys been fucking asking for this for so many years. Yeah, that's the best part. So yeah, once Siren comes out, I will probably talk about it again on the channel. Almost like I will talk about Final Fantasy 14 when the next trailer drops. I will like do a little recap for the peoples. I didn't get to watch the live letter, but I was like, I'll probably do a more like in-depth live letter once Tokyo Game Show happens. So then it'll be like more in-depth. Yeah, right now I haven't even like touched the main story right now because I was like waiting for it to pile up a little bit. Then I could like kind of like fully just immerse myself into it right before the release of the expansion. So I have to just make sure I time it correctly because I also have to work on the my crafters, right? I have been trying to get everyone else into it as well. And look at this. I don't know why it's like Yeah, look. I like it when it just when you're running right here. That they're not doing it because the sun's going down. Oh, that right here, that glow a little bit. No, the sun's going down too quick. Yeah, I still Asteria Plains is still the most comfy zone in the game. I just like the look of it, the different elevations. You know what they put. And I'm not gonna lie, I think it's just because like that this was the original game, right? Back before it became like, you know, bought out and all that. So they put a lot of effort into this part, but like damn, Japan or Bandai Namco could not make an MMO. That's what I'm saying. Like I think maybe I should next time I'll check how many MMOs does or online live online MMOs does Japan make besides 14? I think 14, but it's sad because they made like Ragnarok Online, like the original, like a lot of the original like MMOs and stuff. So yeah, next time I'll look and try to find out if they have anything like that's a little bit more noticeable. I mean, people still play Ragnarok Online. I think they have like another Ragnarok Online too. I know they made a few. I think they might have made a classic as well. But with that, let's first. Oh, no. And with that, everyone, we'll call it a day for today.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe. For more content like this, where we just talk about different games, old games. Was it? Definitely we'll talk about a lot about Final Fantasy 14. As I do. Don't worry. One of these days, I'll try to get everyone else in Noodle Nightmares into it, and I'll make one of the other newcomers or one of the sprouts, make them do the whole stream of like the new player experience, the new player experience, I guess. I know they'll probably change it up a lot when the next expansion comes out. So with that, everyone. So you guys, you know, hang in there. The weekend is close to coming up. We're like in the middle of the week. Gotta tough it out for 2 more days. And with that, you guys have a good one. Take care. And peace out. See you tomorrow.